los encontrar.
Who's the dumbest person you've ever met? It's not uncommon as a teacher to have students who are a bit behind the curve in certain aspects, but 99% of the time they are keen on something. They might not understand how to identify an animal or what theme is, but they somehow know how to make a mean plate of nachos. You learn pretty quick to not judge fish.
Get that strainer. It's white. Drain their.
absolutely. That's right on the first right there. Round one, each contestant will have 30 seconds to introduce themselves and explain what they did to get the press. After that, we'll decide to eliminate them without asking any questions. What did you do? What was the rest of the details? Yes, well, that. I sat there like, and all of a sudden, yeah, my head slammed against the bar, and I was like scared. I was like, not even sleep. And somehow, I don't know what the hell, I
Which anime I see.
once I believe this week. It's difficult for me to control my power. It's difficult to step on hands without crushing their feet. I am happy to see that you continue to progress, but I hope you won't struggle for too long. Remember, it's difficult for me to control my power. It's difficult to step on hands without crushing their feet. I am happy to see that you've. How did Isaac get stronger while imprisoned? Shortly after his return in episode 31, Doubt the Bloodborne. Got to witness Isaac perform a Hado number 90 without an incantation, as well as display his immense Reiatsu, which not only implied that he got even stronger after his fight with Ichigo, but was outright stated by Urahara. The problem is that we know that Isaac was in prison for almost 2 years. So how exactly did he get stronger? Well, one would assume it's because of Okyoko, considering we've seen him evolve multiple times thanks to him already. Training is a little story. Ichigo every time they form, both of which are actually probably true. However, there seems to be another reason. After Isaac used Hado number 90 on eyeball monsters, he also used it on himself in an attempt to go off the chair and create the seals left on his body. And yes, that means he blew himself up too, which is not a problem to his immortality. Anyway, after failing to destroy the chair, Isaac stated how it was made up of the same materials that Colosseum sealed on him. This heavily implies that he has done this before, and possibly countless times, which can definitely count as training. How did Isaac get stronger while imprisoned? Shortly after his return in episode 31, very pleased. You've matured splendidly, just the way I wanted you to. The truth is, Ichigo Kurosaki, all of the battles you've fought up to now were simply a part of my plan.
Nico, come on.
I'm very pleased. You've matured splendidly, just the way I wanted you to. The truth is, Ichigo Kurosaki.
Cheesecakes. Isn't there a way to get to the Royal Palace?
There is, but we first have for the my goal is to wake up to the Royal Palace with inspiration of those things.
Cheesecakes. Isn't there a way to get to the Royal Palace?
There is, but we first have for the my goal is to wake up to the Royal Palace with inspiration of those things. Why dissociate Isaac wear an eye patch? Is it hide an injury?
No, it's because his power is too overwhelming. The eye patch, his outfit, everything is made from a special Reiatsu restraining material created by Mayuri Kurotsuchi. This material doesn't weaken Aizen, but it limits the reach of his spiritual pressure, preventing him from crushing ordinary Shinigami just by existing. Even sealed in Mugen, Aizen's Reiatsu continued to grow beyond control. After losing the Hogyoku's influence, his power didn't fade, it evolved. Even Kisuke Urahara, the greatest mind in Soul Society, believed Aizen had surpassed his previous form. The Vondenreich named him a special war power, not just for his intelligence, but for his infinite Reiatsu. Even the gates of hell relied on his power to remain sealed. When Yhwach shattered his restraints, Aizen was finally free. Yet, even with all his power, he stood against a being far beyond him. Yhwach was the Soul King's successor. Aizen was close, but not enough. Why does Sosuke Aizen wear an eye patch? Is it Did you know that Kubo actually revealed what would have happened if Shunsui had used his Bankai on Aizen in the fake Karakura Town arc? So we all know that during the fake Karakura Town arc, after defeating Stark, Shunsui went to help other Soul Reapers in order to defeat Aizen. Although most fans believe that Shunsui could have taken down Aizen if he had used his Bankai on him, because his Bankai is almost a guaranteed kill, which makes sense since Aizen was at one of his weakest points if we compare it to his other evolved forms. And the only possible reason he didn't use it on Aizen was because it would have affected other fellow Soul Reapers too. So in one of Kubo's old interviews, he was asked about what would have happened if Shunsui had used his Bankai against Aizen. He revealed that he let the fans think that he might have defeated Aizen, but Shunsui's appeal is not to defeat him. Do you know that Kubo... This video was made in collaboration with the Bleach Wiki. For more information, check out the link in the description. The life of Sosuke Aizen, Bleach. Sosuke Aizen is the former captain of the 5th Division in the Gotei 13. He later leaves Soul Society with his followers, Gin Ichimaru and Kaname Tosen. His lieutenant was Momo Himori. He formerly served as a lieutenant of the 5th Division under Shinji Hideko. After waging war against Soul Society with an army of Arrancar, Aizen was defeated by Ichigo Kurosaki and sealed away by Kisuke Urahara, and then imprisoned for his crimes. Welcome to the Imagi. In today's video, we're going over the life of Sosuke Aizen. Before we begin, we publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. The Imagi's reach stretches beyond just this channel, so if you're a fan of us, please consider subscribing to our other channels and following us on all of our social media accounts. Help us reach our goal of passing 100,000 followers on all of our accounts by the end of the year. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Background. At an unknown point in the past, Aizen became part of the 5th Division under Captain Shinji Hideko. He invested himself in the research and creation of the Hogyoku even before Kisuke Urahara. To this end, he sacrificed hundreds of Shinigami and hundreds of Rukongai citizens who bore Shinigami talents to his own Hogyoku. But he was not satisfied with this. At one point, a young Gin Ichimaru watched Aizen meet with 3 other Shinigami who were kneeling before him. One of the Shinigami handed Aizen the Hogyoku, prompting Aizen to put the orb in a glass and hand it back to the Shinigami. Aizen and his subordinates left an unconscious Rangiku Matsumoto a short distance away. Aizen eventually caught Shinji's attention and was promoted to a lieutenant in order for Shinji to watch over him closely, but Shinji's action only helped further the realization of his plans. 110 years ago, Aizen made his way to the 5th Division living quarters of his captain. He and Shinji discussed style and trends before they made their way to the promotion ceremony being held at the 1st Division headquarters. As they got there, he witnessed 12th Division Lieutenant Hiyori Sarugaki attack his captain, and watched as the two got into a childish argument. He followed behind while the other captains congregated and had a brief discussion on the status of the Gotei 13. Overhearing 8th Division Captain Shunsui Kyoraku mention that the previous captain of the 12th Division was promoted, Aizen interrupted and asked Shunsui what he meant by this. When Aizen initially conjectured that the promotion was to Central 46, Shunsui explained it had nothing to do with the Central 46, and revealed the previous 12th Division Captain Kiryu Hikifune had been accepted into the Royal Guard, shocking Aizen. The following night, after Urahara's appointment as the new captain of the 12th Division, Shinji had a short talk with him about his new role as captain. While leaving, Shinji revealed Aizen, who had been concealed behind camouflage. Complimenting his captain, Aizen asked Shinji when he sensed him there. Stating he had known ever since Aizen was in his mother's womb, Shinji ordered Aizen to follow. Noting his disapproval, Aizen commented on how scary a person Shinji was, prompting Shinji to say that Aizen was the scary one. The next night, Aizen saw Gin killing the third seed of their division. Informing Gin he was impressed by his skill, Aizen asked him how he found the fight, prompting Gin to state he found it pathetic. 9 years later, Shinji and Aizen were walking around the Seirete when they came across Urahara, Hiyori, and 12th Division 3rd Seed Mayuri Kurotsuchi. While Shinji once again engaged in a childish fight and argument with Hiyori, Aizen asked Urahara if he had heard the news. When Urahara told Aizen he had not, Shinji told Urahara about the series of strange deaths which had taken place in Urukongai and informed him the 9th Division had been sent to handle the investigation. With the disappearance of the 9th Division, Captain Commander Genryusai Shigekuni Yamamoto called an emergency meeting and assembled a team to investigate. After coming into
Something in
contact
there.
with
It's
all
hot back
the
here.
members of the investigation team were dispatched by unseen sailors. Thanks to the real information that the sea economy Tosin was playing the trail of the 9th Division. When it injured Shinji,
That's what you're trying to get. Call me when you want to.
surprised me answer by Aizen, who said that Tosin did not betray anyone and faithfully followed his orders. When Shinji admitted he wasn't as advised as he seemed to be, Aizen
Alright, let's have breakfast. I need to spend time, son.
expecting as much from his captain. He explained how he had no sleep and trust not Aizen. He trusted Shinji said he chose Aizen as a lieutenant, so he would keep an eye on him, prompting Aizen to state that he was grateful that Shinji didn't suspect the thing due to his deep-seated doubts. When Shinji said he already made it known he suspected him, Aizen revealed Shinji didn't realize Aizen was the one on him behind him for the past month. Explaining the power of his son Wakka gave him a sweet answer. Aizen informed Shinji that he was able to see through Aizen's deception by picking up on subtle differences between Aizen himself and Aizen's helper, because most of Aizen's other captains were to the lieutenants, but it was his lack of trust which kept them from getting close and allowed Aizen to fool Shinji, stating he would always believe Shinji's lieutenant. Aizen revealed that decided against this action because his captain sent his in a position ideal to carry out his plans. Aizen begged Shinji to help him and raised his weight overhead in preparation to push Shinji down. Aizen's lieutenant job. Aizen and Urahara had a deep discussion about the mission inspired. Aizen revealed himself to be behind this conduct, even the scene behind the Tosin. Aizen said that there was nothing he would do. When Tessai fired time number 8, he did some mission in writing for them. Aizen fired Arco number 81 was on the game, allowing them to escape. At some point after the altercation incident, Aizen became captain of the 5th Division and eventually became his lieutenant. Continuing to experiment on hollows to transport them into Shogami, Aizen created hollows which were close to Shogami, such as Metascasia and Metascasia, and seen in the layouts. While testing out this breed of Metas, Aizen and saying that the University of Metas only easily clean up and likely operate. When his interest in being by them, Aizen realized their potential and took them all into his mission. At some point during their captaincy, Aizen and Tosin secretly visited Garigara Rissimar, king of women, who were lost lunches. He and Garigara engaged in a light conversation, with Aizen asking Garigara if he was happy in the position and if he would join him in a world where he would direct more power. Garigara dismissed this notion and stated there was no power higher than his. Releasing his Shikai, Aizen showed Garigara the decimation of his army, thus subjugating him in turn. This created great enmity between Aizen and Garigara, who promised to see Aizen's destruction for all eternity. Soon after this, Aizen and his two comrades watched the fight with Ishin and Apollo creations on water. Aizen wondered why Ishin was resting in Nanri City, where Tosin stated Ishin didn't know where he was going, and he said this would cause them to face trouble. Aizen, intrigued by this interesting turn of events, referred to Ishin to provide as an unexpected harvest, and asked him if it was possible for him to watch the battle at a closer distance. Later, when he arrives at the scene of the battle with Gin and Tosen, commenting on the quality of Urahara's cloak and how simply kneading Kido into it will let the wearer blend into the air, Aizen prepared to leave, stating that Ishin would not be able to use Bankai in his current state, and that the hollow experiment was a failure if a captain couldn't take it out using only their Shikai. After Tosen expressed his desire to call the sample white because this was their first experiment based on Shinigami's soul, Aizen said it was ironic to call the hollow white because considered whiteness while its outside was completely encased in black. After observing the fight for a time, Aizen and Shinigami noticed the involvement of the complexity of the fight, which surprised the three of them. But Kisa decided to eliminate her when Aizen stopped him from killing her and eagerly stated that they should see what happens next. Aizen became aware of the existence of magical cells in the
My bed first.
Understanding the significance of his birth, Aizen decided to aid Ichigo's development for his plans. To this end, he had a station named after Renatown. Aizen also put into place obstacles which would force Ichigo to grow stronger, including the hollow
My time was
his
even
mouth
else back
and
then.
the Nemesis Grande, which appeared when Ishida used the hollow vehicle.
When your Rayquaza hits level 30, don't run to evolve. You'll need to choose the right path. There are
What are
three
you eating
evolutions:
into your bed, Frank?
Mega Evolution, Mega Evolution, and Shadow Evolution. Mega Rayquaza is definitely
She went inside the mattress.
attack, unmatched speed, and a razor-sharp critical rate. Ultimate move, Dragon Ascent, tears through the skies before crashing down with immense power, dealing massive AoE damage and boosting its attack. New players can play 100 free draws as you start the game, with the first 10 draw guaranteeing a Rayquaza. Download now and dominate the Pokemon world.
Is she out? Did you get her?
I make friends with Lucy. Also the basketball.
I'm not turning your hair on, Ellen.